Hi YouTube, Darth here. This is Over Your Shoulder, a video series where I follow unsuspecting players and give unsolicited advice. Today I'm following Levi on Domination Paracel Storm. Levi is a level 115 with some great stats and a lot of experience with the MTAR. Let's watch and see what we can learn. See what we're rocking. Looks like an MTAR, Coyote, Suppressor, Laser. We are going full bore CQB. Playing as Assault. Doing a good job already, capturing a flag, getting himself to cover. Take a look. Looks like we're heading to Charlie. Not bad. Charlie's been taken immediately for refocus on Bravo. Really good playing the objective so far. So far, just a few on the minimap. I'd probably start peeking here. Nope. Great use of the minimap. Spotted that guy in there. Obviously, constantly checking the minimap. Levi's making great use of the minimap to lead himself not only to flags that need to be captured, but also to enemies. And here's one right here, and it looks like we're going in for a knife, and we get it. Not a big fan of knifing anymore, simply because every time I seem to go in for somebody, they turn around at the last second, and I die. Probably could have stood to burst that a little bit more, but still came up with the kill. In the corner. Caught him napping. Good round so far for Levi. Let's see what we got going on here. Looks like his team's managed to capture all 3 points, except for Charlie. I'm guessing that the enemy team spawned over there at Charlie. Domination's a strange beast, and once you force them off one side of the map, they just start appearing on the other. So you might as well just start walking back and forth as you're thinking about playing in Domination. Came up with the kill again, sprayed him down. He's going to start running low here on ammo if he continues to spray, but he's coming up with every one of these. He's making great use of the minimap. So even if his gunplay could use a little bit of work, he's still got a good edge in the fact that he uses the minimap that frequently. But the fact that he's using 20 bullets per enemy is going to cost him here eventually because he's going to run out of ammunition. Again, he's making a great maneuver here, always playing the objective. Going towards Charlie, I'd be a little bit concerned that there's nobody to the right, and he doesn't see that one on his minimap. We'll see if he notices him. Doesn't look like he saw it. Oh, there it is. Caught him in the reload, but still came up with the kill. Clearly, he outclasses the team he's up against. Doing a good job of... Oh, be careful with that. Doing a good job of keeping his gun loaded. Doing a good job of throwing down health whenever he thinks he's going to be in a spot for an extended amount of time. Shooting at markers. This is a fantastic play for him. Oh, he's picked up the U100 now. Looks like he kit swapped because he's running out of ammo. Not a bad idea to go ahead and do that. Whenever you run out of ammo, you want to start thinking like a scavenger and finding the next best weapon to pick up. But don't forget that when you pick that weapon up, you're also picking up a weapon suited for a different kind of play than you were playing. That's why it's good to be familiar with all the weapons in the game. The U100 is one of the slowest firing weapons in the game, so you want to make sure that you don't play it as aggressively as you might have been. One of the things you have to be aware of on Domination is all the places your enemies could be coming from. One of these days I need to go through and memorize where all the spawn points are because it certainly matters a hell of a lot. Still making great use of that minimap. Has not been killed yet. Caught in a reload. So one thing you want to do whenever you pick up a kit, if you have a moment, check out that secondary to make sure it's something you expect. You never want to expect a fast gun and all of a sudden pull out a Magnum. There have been plenty of times where I've been running with a fully automatic pistol, switch to somebody's kit, pick it up, and then think like I'm going to have an automatic pistol, and all of a sudden I'm firing a Magnum. Usually it means I die. Holding it down, but otherwise got great accuracy. He might get his first death here. His enemy is just not up to the task. Doing a good job of hiding when he's low on health, waiting for any enemies. Isn't this ironic? A support having to wait for somebody to drop health, as opposed to somebody with health having to wait for a support to drop ammo, which he did. Look at this. This is amazing. How many supports you see out there that drop ammo, let alone reciprocate when you drop health for them? So good job to Levi. You made me happy. All right, and 5 minutes in the game, it looks like Red is down 100 points, and finally Levi dies. Levi's back up. Let's see where we're put at. Looks like we have a couple enemies on the ground. Didn't pay attention to that guy. Trying to catch these guys coming into Alpha. It looks like there's a number of them above where Levi is currently at. Good catches all around regardless. It's a little bit dangerous to be running out in the open here knowing that there's so many on the minimap. And unsurprisingly, he gets caught. Might have been a better idea to play it slower there. Levi's definitely a very aggressive player, but I think it might suit him a little bit better if he were just a bit more careful in certain spots like that. Really letting loose with the hose on this weapon. The M-Tire is one of those close-quarter weapons that really lets you hold down the hose at close range, but at medium and longer ranges really begins to suffer when it's not fired in bursts. Now, if you notice here, Levi is using the stubby grip, which means he can get a bit better fully automatic fire. For his playstyle, this is definitely a good choice. However, if he were to take a bit more care with his shots, he would probably drop enemies in the same amount of time, conserve ammo, be able to pull off further shots, and have more rounds left in the magazine to finish up any other nearby enemies. He's seeing a lot of success here simply because he's throwing so many bullets down range that the hose eventually comes up with the win. After I did my A91 review a couple of weeks ago, I found that the M-Tar was almost like cheating after using it because I had trained myself to be careful with my shots. Nice nade. Takes Levi out there. Oh, looks like Levi got himself a resurrection. Ducks into cover to heal himself up. This is kind of a no-dub, but definitely when you are trying to heal up, find yourself in cover. Looking over my footage from the last week, I discovered that one of my big problems is that I tend to run out from cover even before I'm fully healed. Not sure what we're hoping to come up with there. A little bit too much spray. At this point, I'd probably be seeking a little bit more cover than he is. He's wandering out in the open a little bit too much. You can tell that the enemy team is pretty firmly entrenched on the other side of the map. Definitely not slow playing these points. Definitely getting very aggressive and going in for it. Very similar play to how I would do as far as aggression level goes. The problem is it gets you in trouble like that pretty often. As a player, one of the things I struggle with most is when to be aggressive and when to slow play things. My general rule is, lots of enemies on the minimap, play it slow. Alright, now we're looking at taking A. As I said earlier, you can see how the spawn system put the blue team on this side of the map after they had been cleaned off of that side of the map. One of the things you want to do as an aggressor on Domination is make sure you're always constantly surveying where the spawn system is dropping off enemies. If you've cleaned up one side, you can pretty well predict that they're going to be appearing on the other side of the map. See that right there? 24 bullets to kill one enemy. Now there's a few things working in his favor here. First, he's got that silencer, which makes sure that while he's firing like that, the enemies aren't going to come and find him and stop him. Secondly, again, he has that stubby grip, which reduces the penalty on accuracy of fire for holding down the trigger like that. However, it doesn't eliminate it, and you'd still do better to burst that weapon. So Levi's doing a good job here, finding some cover to help cap the point. But back to the M-Tar, it's one of those guns where a little bit of control helps take a wonderful weapon into a spectacular weapon. I think what I might do is try to rock out the bursts at about 5 or 6 rounds apiece. I don't have the stats for this gun in front of me, so I couldn't tell you directly what the best model is going to be. There you go. See, look at that. You're a little bit longer range, do some bursting, and you come up with a kill. And here we've hit that part of the episode where I get creeped out because I wonder if I'm bugged. Or maybe it's just the good players know how to switch up their strategy. So the other problem he's got going on there is moving and bouncing around when he's trying to aim down sights. For the most part, when you're aiming down sights, you want to plant your feet and take your shot. Especially when he's firing from cover like that. He also doesn't have the ergo grip, so he's not doing himself any favors. So, as he's peeking a corner here and he's not really in danger, I think one of the things I would do is turn off that laser. He seems to be running it almost constantly. My general rule is, long range shots, laser off. If you think you're going to be having close range battles, then laser comes back on. And oh my gosh, look at all those guys. Oh, disservice, ran out of ammo. Remember the part of this where I said it would come back to bite him in the butt when he used all of his ammo? Right there. Pick up whatever weapon you got and actually come up with a pretty good one, the AK-971. It's got a laser sight, an angled foregrip, and coyote. This is actually a great setup for bursting this weapon. One of the things I like to do with the AK a lot is do the micro burst where you're only shooting 2 or 3 rounds at a time. Gives you some great accuracy at mid and long range, even long range. And you can see there how he's holding down this gun like he was with the M-Tar, and he's having to use an entire clip to kill somebody who's simply at mid-range. Nice nade again. Thankfully he has himself a health kit to sort of sort things out there. Just had a quick follow-up. Nope, holding it down there. Big mistake for the AK. That upwards recoil is just going to punish you severely. If you see an angled foregrip on a weapon, generally you're going to probably want to try and burst fire it because it helps to reduce that first shot recoil just a bit more. gets a little bit too aggressive and the enemy punishes him for it. Levi's back with just a little bit more time left in this round. It's still a 50-point difference, or about a 50-point difference, so it could switch around here. For example, if I were on the enemy team right now, I would be looking to try and capture 2 points and just hold on to them for dear life. This is the part of the game where you should definitely be playing the objective and not sitting on your heels. I'm talking to you, rooftop campers on Shanghai. Continue to do a great job of capture the points here. Blue team in general is having their way with red. Continue to just lay it down on the MTAR. I think I would probably end up trying to kill that guy first before going for the res. That might have been a better idea. You never know if somebody's going to chase you down, so you would have been caught with your paddles out at that point. Of course, if you do get caught with your paddles out, you can always go in for the charge kill. Now we see that B is in contention. Came up. Ooh. Caught 2 guys napping. Not a bad time to catch them napping. As I was saying, B was in contention. Levi is doing a really good job of prioritizing where he's going. Oop, and he gets cut down by an unspotted enemy. Not much you can do at that point. Coming to the final minute of the game here, it looks like Blue is going to win this match. At this point, you're just looking for whatever final kills you can get. I usually like to go just a little bit more defensive and try to not do any super aggressive plays if I know that I'm clearly going to win. But at the same time, don't completely pucker up and become a recon and just snipe from a mountaintop, because if everybody does that, you're going to lose the game. A great game by Levi. He ended up going 34-5. And though he had a great game, there were definitely a few things we saw that he could work on. First, burst that MTAR a little bit more, especially at range, and you'll find yourself with a lot more ammo, and you'll shorten up your time to kill at those ranges. Secondly, when you're aiming down sights, plant those feet and don't move around so much. It's no time for little birdie legs when you're trying to aim carefully. And finally, probably play a bit slower when you know there are many enemies about. That's it for this episode of Over Your Shoulder. If you liked this video, please consider clicking the like button, and if you'd like to see more Battlefield 4 videos, please subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to be featured on a future episode of Over Your Shoulder, please message me with your battle log information and I'll see if I can catch you. As always, thanks for watching YouTube, and I'll see you next time.